Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our session today. My name is Quintress Safala, and I will be your presenter for the day. I am joined by my colleague, Pindile Mavundla, who will be our moderator. So if you have any questions, please do drop in the chat box so that she could assist you. So today we look at a topic called Implement Google Workspace across your business. So before we begin, I'd like to let you know that our agenda for today would be to discover Google Workspace. We will also look at how to boost your communication across your business, and we'll also look at leveraging tools to increase your collaboration. And then before we begin, I'd like to let you know that Google is offering free one-on-one mentoring if you are a small business or a charity. All you have to do is sign up for the Google mentoring on the link that is shown on our presentation. So the link will also be shared in our chat box so that you have easy access to it. So before we begin, I'd like to ask you this question. What tool do you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? So there's a variety of communication tools out there. This could be Slack, this could be email, this could be instant messaging, video call. You can share with me what you use in your business or within your business. What tools do you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? I'll give you a few seconds. Welcome, Sbongile. We hope you do enjoy our session today. All right, so we will look at discovering Google Workspace. And before we jump into discovering Google Workspace, do you currently use Google Workspace? And if so, how do you use Google Workspace? So you could use Google Workspace for different things. You could use it to save files in a shared drive. You could use it to collaborate with your team. You could use it to email each other or to collaborate with your team. How do you currently use Google Workspace in your business or in your workplace? I'll give you a few seconds to let me know how do you currently use Google Workspace, and if you do use it, how do you use it? Do comment in the chat box and let us know. All right, so what is Google Workspace? It used to be called G Suite. So G Suite is an example of a digital workspace where it allows people to work online whenever they have a stable internet connectivity. And Google Workspace in particular is a collection of cloud computing, productivity, as well as different collaboration tools. It also allows you to create documents, spreadsheets, slides, and many more other things. And within Google Workspace, you are able to store data, files, and information safely and securely. So you don't really have to worry about security. And it is sold and marketed globally. So Google Workspace is available globally to everyone across the world. So now, which tools are included within Google Workspace? So there's quite a number of tools that are available within Google Workspace. There is Docs, there is Gmail, there is Calendar, Drive, Meet, Keep, Chats, Jamboard, Admin Console, Sheets, Slide, Sites, and Forms. So these are the other few tools. There are other few tools that are included, such as Google Current, which we will look at a bit later. And these are the tools that are the main ones within the Google Workspace, right? So now we will look at the functionality of Google Workspace. So what are the core functionalities of Google Workspace? So the core functionalities of Google Workspace is to create documents and presentations, is to record, analyze, and present data, is to brainstorm ideas, manage your project, as well as store files, as well as communicate globally with your team. So now let's take a minute to focus on the first point, which is creating documents and presentations. So Google Docs and Google and Slides are both used to create documents and presentations. So now we'll start and look at Google Docs. So Google Docs is a word processing for your teams. So you are able to create and edit text documents directly from your browser, and you are able to work with several people at the same time. And whenever something is added onto Google Docs, it automatically change or is saved onto the cloud. So you can work on a single document with the team members or people outside your company. So it depends on who you want to work with on your document. And with Google Doc, you are able to see the edits that other people are creating on your document, and you're able to communicate through the built-in chat and ask questions in the comment section of your Google Docs, right? And then with Google Slides, you are able to create and edit a polished presentation in your presentation. And remember, there are no softwares required for this, right? You are able to include several people to work at the same time so that everybody has the latest vision, or rather version of your presentation. You can work on a single presentation online with your business, or with your team, or with external contacts or clients that you work with, right? You are able to control who gets to edit or view or just add a comment to your PowerPoint presentation, and it's a very user friendly uh, uh, um, application that you can use with your team to collaborate together, right? And now we will look at recording, analyzing, and presenting data. So which applications do that? So here we are looking at forms as well as sheets. So now those are the two applications that are used to record, analyze, and also present your data. So firstly, we're going to look at Google Forms. Google Forms is easy to create your surveys and forms for everybody. With Google Forms, you're able to collect data with ease. You're able to create custom forms for surveys and questionnaires at no extra cost. Remember, once you have your Google Workspace, Forms is at no extra cost. So you can gather everything. Once you've gathered your data, you can gather everything in a spreadsheet and analyze your data directly in Google Sheets. So that is how forms and sheets interlink or work together. So you are able to create a form as easily as creating a document, right? And you can select multiple question types, such as drag and drop. You can also reorder questions, and you can also customize your form to suit your customers or your clients or your team, right? And then now we'll look at Google Sheets. So Google Sheets allows you to collaborate with your team to work smart on your spreadsheet, and this is for fast moving organization. So this is designed with the needs to agile with the needs for agile organization in mind. So there's a feature within Sheets that allows you to see the insights of your business, what is meaningful to your business within Sheets. And also there is a cloud-based architecture that enables you to collaborate with anybody, anytime, and basically anywhere, right? So with Google Sheets, whether you are planning an event or sharing the latest revenue figures, Sheets makes it seamless for teams to work together, right? So it's easy to add collaborators to your projects, to see changes as they occur, to receive notifications when there are edits on your documents, to chat with your colleagues within that same document. And all these changes are saved automatically, and you even have access to an offline access or offline viewing so that you can still create and view your files wherever and whenever, right? So now we will look at the benefits brought to you by Google Workspace. So with Google Workspace, you able to have increased collaboration. You able to have improved communication within your business. You are able to work smarter and not harder, and you have enhanced security. So what you put across there is safe for you to upload on their cloud storage. Right. So now we will look at the benefits one by one. So with increased collaboration, Google Workspace stores your information in the cloud, which enables you to share documents and files at ease. Right? You can simply share a file URL or share document and files via email with your colleagues or with your clients. Right? You are able to encourage teams to collaborate and share ideas, and you can restrict editing access. So some people can view, others can comment, or others can edit your decks, right? And you're able to track changes, comment with ideas, and work with your fellow colleagues across all the projects. Now we will look at improving communication. With improving communication, Google Workspace has a number of communication tools that are included, right? And these core communication tools are Gmail, Google Meet, which is your video conferencing, Google Current, which is a technology that harnesses deeper communication, as well as Google Chat, which allows instant messaging within your business. Right. And then working smarter. Like I said, Google Workspace allows you or helps your team to work smarter and not harder. Why is that? You're able to collect and analyze and turn data into insights, where both from your customers and from your teams, which then harness your data and knowledge to make better decisions about your business. And it with the streamlines from Google Workspace, your workflows and processes become central. So they become in one central system, and these prevents threats before they happen with proactive security tools that are powered by Google. Right? People can find the exact files, content, and knowledge they need, and also the built-in artificial intelligence help everyone work with data and turn it into insight. So this basically helps you understand what your business is about. It helps you understand or have a structure of how to communicate or how to see how your business works. Now we will look at the last part of our benefits, which is enhanced security. So with enhanced security, you are able to store your documents, your files, and data on cloud. This is via Google Drive. And you can use your admin console to centralize your administration. So you can also use an integrated cloud identity feature to manage your users and to set up security options such as your two-step verification and security keys. And you can also protect your organization with security analytics and best practice recommendations within the security center, and also identify and prevent threats with the Google powered artificial intelligence. So now that we've seen the benefits of Google Workspace, how do we then set up our Google Workspace accounts? So now we will look at how to set up Google Workspace accounts. So now to create your Google Workspace account, you will have to visit workspace.google.com/signup.business starter. And once you have done this, you'll get to click um, the get started and follow the steps that follows. So you will then input your business name, and this would be your name, business name, the number of your employees, and the location. From there, you will add your contact details. Once you have added your contact details, you will create your domain. This can be one that you have brought or another that is suggested to you. And then from there, you update your business address and then you choose your username and password. So, this is a quick, simple step on how to create your workspace account. We will then look at how to get set up in Google Workspace. So, like I said, you will then create a business email address, right? To create this Google email address, you don't need to add email addresses as user accounts. Instead, you can create email aliases and groups address for your business communication. These type of addresses are free and you don't count toward your Google Workspace user license. So your email aliases, for example, you can create the address info@yourcompany.com for your customers to contact your company, or you can add an address to your business address, such as you at yourcompanyname.com, or you can create an email where they can send you messages to info at yourcompany.com. Also, work together with your Gmail inbox, where you interlink both your info as well as your personal email address that has your specific domain. Right. So you can also add team members and users to your Google Workspace. uh, Before people on your team can sign in, you you need to create a user account, right? And with Google Workspace, during your free trial period, you can create up to 10 user accounts during this trial period. If you are adding the setup wizard, you'll follow the step to add your users. After setup, you then add your users on the Google admin console. And then from there, like I said, you can only add up to 10 users. If you want to add more than that, then you'll have to choose a plan that works for you. This can be flexible or annual billing plan, right? If you're using a setup wizard, you choose your manual setup options to open the Google admin console and then click on billing. This is where you can choose your billing option once your free trial is over, right? So once you've created your users, you are able to migrate your data and import files. So when you switch to Google Workspace from another application or service like Microsoft Outlook, you can bring your existing emails and contacts as well as your calendar data with you. You can also upload documents into a new Google Workspace drive to store files securely. So that is how you can get set up with Google Workspace, and how you can create your business email, to add your team members, as well as to migrate your data and import your files. I'm going to pause for questions or comments. So I'm just going to quickly check. Okay, I see that Hlenyu Mfeka, welcome to our session. I see she says she uses Google Workspace all the time for everything she does at work. So she uses it from creating documents, sharing them, saving work, and collaborating. Indeed, thank you for using Google Workspace. It's a great tool to have for your business, a great tool to use with your colleagues, and to work together, to have communication, to have better communication with your colleagues. So thank you for that comment. Do continue to chat with us in the chat box, and let's have the conversation flowing. Right. So now we're going to look at ways to boost communication across your business. Before we start, which tools can you use via Google Workspace to boost your communication? So do comment your answer in the chat box and let us know which tools can you use via Google Workspace to boost your communication. I'll give you a few seconds. Which tools can you use via Google Workspace to boost communication? All right, so we will look at key communication tools that are found via Google Workspace. This is Gmail, Google Meet, Current, and Chat. So now let's take a look at them individually. So we have Gmail. So Gmail is a communication tool. So you can communicate globally with Gmail. So you can send files as attachments, you can create groups and mailing lists. You have access to the integrated calendar. In order to stay communicated and up to date, you can use the calendar for both your personal as well as your team use. And the latest Gmail makes it easier to stay on top of your work no matter what, with secure ad-free email as a foundation. You can also chat, make voice or video calls. You can stay on top of your project work, share files and tasks, and all of this you do it within Gmail. So you don't have to go out of Gmail, you can do it within Gmail. So with Gmail, you can build customers' trust by giving everyone in your company a professional email address that has your company domain. For example, you could say Priya at your company, and Joe at your company, at Sbongile at your company, Hlengiwe at your company. So that is how your customers can trust you, because everybody within your company will have the same domain, all right? And then with Gmail, you can, like, it works hard to keep you safe. So basically, there's a machine learning model that blocks more than 99.9% of spam, phishing, and malware, so that it makes it easier for you, so it's easier to use, for your company as well as for your clients. So Gmail works great with desktop clients such as Microsoft Outlook, Apple Mail, Mozilla Thunderbird, and Outlook users can sync emails, events, and contact from Google Workspace. You can also migrate your email from Outlook, Exchange, or Lotus easily with customized tools that help you preserve your important messages. And you can count on Google security, because this infrastructure is able to keep your lights on for 24 hours, 365 a day. And there's automatic backups, there's spam protection, there is industry leading security measures that help you protect your data. So you can count on Gmail to Gmail security to keep your files and communication safe. Now we will look at Meet. So Meet is a video conferencing tool. So to keep your team connected, you will need a video conferencing built in onto your Google. And this is Meet, which is included within Google Workspace and the G Suite for Education. So you can take advantage of the same secure by design infrastructures and the built-in protection, as well as the global network that Google uses to secure your information and safeguard your privacy. So with Google Meet video meetings, they are encrypted in transit, or our arrays have a default anti-abuse measures to keep your meeting safe. So this is to prevent abuse of the platform. And with your Google Meet, all of the important event details are right there within the Meet, right? Whether you are joining from your computer, your phone, or your conference room. With Meet, it is especially designed for iOS and Android apps. You can see your meetings for the day with all the important information from your calendar, and then just tap to join your meetings. And then with Google Workspace Enterprise Edition, also, you can create a dial in phone number for each meeting so that every guest has a great experience, even on the road without Wi Fi or data. Isn't that such a great tool? And then we have Google Current, right? So Google Current also improves communication across businesses. Excuse me. With Google Current, you are able to engage with your employees, and you're able to foster more meaningful conversations and stay connected with them. So with Google Current, you work towards a common goal. You build a community within your organization, you communicate your ideas and get instant feedback, and you share ideas with your employees and gather input through meaningful focused discussions on topics that matter to your organization. And you connect with your team members no matter where they are. Even remote workers, deskless colleagues can stay plugged in onto the latest company updates, right? And this is also a powerful tool for also Android and iOS applications, right? So you see that it is most with Google Current, it is ranked relevance for each user. So you follow the text on your topics, you search for specific informations, and you find what is interesting to you. So with Google Current, the aim is to build a community within an organization. This way you are able to to moderate your content faster and to keep metrics of to help you understand what the engagement and the insights are for your business. So here with Google Current, the aim is to create a community within your business so that they can work together to have an improved communication. And then we have Google Chat. So with Google Chat, you can do it from direct messages to group conversations. Google Chat helps your team and business to communicate fluidly and efficiently from anywhere, right? So you can securely connect with anyone you work with. You can take group work to the next level with your shared chats, your files, and your task. And the chat is offered to Google Workspace customers at no additional cost. You are able to upload items from the drive to collaborate on documents, sheets, or slide. And you're able to join online meetings with Meet and use Google's powerful search tools to look up a room member or past conversation or shared files using the chat function. And the chat function is built onto Google Workspace security. So it's a first ecosystem and it offers an enterprise grade solution that is reliable and compliant with integrated support for Vault. Admins can archive, preserve, search, and export chat specific data. It is also built with leading enterprise-grade security, including a mobile device management, a single sign-on, a two-factor authentication, admin settings, compliance, and vault retention, holds, search, and export. So basically, Google Chat is secure to use for your business. This can be with direct messages and group conversations. So, top tips to maximize your communications. So, there are four top tips. There's to recreate in person communication, stay organized, create mailing list, and set up project or team rooms. So, now we will look at step one, which is to recreate in person communication. So there are four ways of recreating in-person communication. This includes scheduling regular team calls and check-in. This can be via Google Meet or Hangout. You can connect with your colleagues and teams across the globe, brainstorm ideas, work on team projects, and hold virtual events. And also, you can join from the mobile or desktop devices. Now we will look at step two, to stay organized. For you, using Google Calendar can help you improve communication by keeping you organized. So you have improved communication across teams through Google Calendar. You can create multiple team calendars to track meetings, training sessions, your vacations, and many more activities that you are putting out there. It also improves visibility and organization by ensuring that your team members remain connected. You also spend less time planning and more time doing with shareable calendars that integrate with your Gmail, your Drive, your contacts, your site, as well as your Meet, so you always know what's next. You can also schedule events quickly by checking your colleagues' availability or layering their calendar in a single view. You can share calendars so that people can see full event details or just check if you are free. And you can view, edit your schedule from your phone, your tablet, and use our optimized mobile apps or syncs to your phone. That way, you have a built in calendar in your phone. You can share special events with your customers and let people know when you are available with an easy calendar publishing. So, that is how you can keep calendar as a top tip for communication. Now, we will look at step three, creating team mailing lists. So you can improve communication by creating your team mailing list. So you can create a Google group list, such as teams at google.com or sales@google.com. You can send your status updates to your group. You can CC the group into your emails. You could share resources, increase visibility, and foster a community within your organization. And then now we will look at step 4, set up your project or team rooms. So you can also improve communication by setting up project and team rooms. So you can encourage your team members to stay connected by creating a room in Google Chat or chat in Gmails. You can also encourage your team members to network with each other, to share project ideas, to exchange thoughts on best practices, and also to create a stronger sense of community. So remember that with a stronger sense of community, there is a stronger sense of communication. That way you are always to keep each other on par with tasks or projects, and this way you can then improve your communication within your organization. So now I'm going to pause for any questions, any comments that we have. I'm going to pause for a few minutes. Don't forget to engage with us in our chat box and let us know how we're doing. You can also share with us on our different social media platforms. This can be on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Just let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you have any questions, comments. Okay, let me just see if we have any comments. Right. I see that Sbongile Jonas say that I choose Meet, um, or an add-on as such as video conferencing platform when creating a meeting in calendar. Most definitely, Sbongile. Google Meet is easier to use. It's a quick platform to use, easy to communicate, and it has everything included within your calendar, right? So it's a great tool to use, most definitely. Right. So I see we have we have no questions. So I will move on. So let me know if there's any questions. So now we're going to leverage tools and increase collaboration. Which tools can you use on Google Workspace to increase collaboration? I'll give you a minute to let me know which tools can you use on Google Workspace to increase collaboration. I've mentioned a few throughout the presentation, the few tools that we can use to increase collaboration. Which tools can we use to increase collaboration? Right. So there are 4 ways um, to collaborate across projects and teams. So you can brainstorm ideas, you can share working files, you can make suggestions and tag your colleagues, and you can track changes, right? So now let's look at Jamboard, how Jamboard can be used to increase team collaboration. So with Jamboard, you can harness the power of digital whiteboard. So this is to share ideas and improve brainstorming session. So Jamboard is connected to the cloud and enables people in different locations to work together in real time through multiple touch points, right? So with Jamboard, you can write and draw, and this will include a stylus as well. You can search on Google and insert images or web pages. You can drag and resize text images with your fingers. You can sketch a box, a star, a cat, or a dragon if you can, with image recognition tool that can convert your scratch into a polished image. How nice is that? You can also share your Jam with collaborators. So in Jamboard, you can work with up to 50 people at once. So if you have a big business, this tool could work for you. You can add Google Docs, you can add sheets, you can also add slides into a Jam. You can also view and edit your Jam files from anywhere as long as you have internet connectivity. And also remember, as you add documents, and all that, all your work is saved automatically. But remember, only if you have internet connectivity. You can create, edit, and share gems from your phone, your tablet, or a computer. You can open a gem on a nearby Gembot from your phone or your tablet. You can connect to your computer to Gembot. So Gembot displays your screen and lets you control the computer from the bot's touchscreen. And you can pick up from where you left off earlier, or your email your gem session when you finished. So that is a great tool to use, and this is Jamboard. So now let's look at Google Drive. So how can Google Drive be used to create team collaboration? With Google Drive, you can store files on cloud via Google Drive, which enables you to share working documents, presentation, sheets at an ease. So with no stress. You can encourage collaboration and work from one central file. You can also, with Google Workspace, it will provide you flexibility. So flexible storage option, so you'll always have enough space for your files. And with a centralized administration, you are able to prevent data loss. And the Vault for Drive, you can easily manage your users' file sharing to help meet the data compliance needs. With Google Drive, you can use a shared drive to store your team's work in a secure, easy to manage shared space. Any files can be added to your shared drive, and it can be owned by anybody in the team, or it can be owned collectively by a team. So everybody stays up to date with the information within the specific documents you are sharing. You can collaborate on live documents and files. You can share your documents. You can comment within documents. You can tag a specific colleague, and you can edit your team's document with ease. And then now we will look at how to boost your collaboration across teams by making suggestions and tagging colleagues via your workspace. So you can edit a shared document in real time, and this will reduce the need to send files back and forth, right? You can suggest changes, comment with ideas, tag your colleagues to increase visibility and to boost collaboration within that specific document. You can simply type at followed by your colleague's name to tag them anywhere within your document. You can reply to the comments and track the changes so that you can improve them before implementation. So now we will look at how to track changes to improve collaboration. So if you are collaborating with several people on a single file, it can be difficult to pinpoint who made a specific change and when they did it. And that can be very frustrating if you don't know who made a change and when they made the change. So you need to keep track of changes in the files, in the shared files, by identifying the changes and who made them. You can also revert to like a previous version of your document. So Google Workspace enables you to view all the edits made on your documents and files, and it also restricts access. You can also track changes and approve suggestions to ensure that collaboration efforts are managed and reviewed effectively. Right? So with Google Workspace, you are able to track the changes that happen on your document. So how do you do that? How do you track these changes that happen on your documents? So to review changes, follow these steps. So open your file on Google Drive. From your doc, sheet, or slide, select File, Version History, and then you will see the version history, right? But note that you need owners or editor access to the file to be able to do that, right? And then from there, you will click on a timestamp to see a previous version of the file. So below are the timestamp you could see. So you could see the names of the people who edited the document. You could see the color next to the each person's name. The edits that they make will appear in that specific color. So everybody will have a specific color to themselves. And then step 4, which is optional, to revert, name, or copy a previous version. So you'll need to click on restore this version to make it the active version. You need to name this version to name a previous version, or you need to make a copy to create a copy of the previous version, right? And then from there, you can also view who opened a file that you have shared, what has changed in the file since you have last opened it, who you have shared the file with, who commented, edited, shared, or moved the file. So this is a very important tool to have in your organization, because you need to be able to see who worked on your file, who edited, so that this increases your collaboration. If there's a change in a document, then you are able to recognize that a specific person has changed. If you don't understand that specific change, you can go directly to that person via chats or via comments and ask them to clarify whatever they have added within the document or the sheet or slide. That way you have a better understanding of what has been added into your document. So that is how you can track changes in your Google Workspace. So now I'm gonna pause for questions. Do we have any questions or comments? Don't forget to let us know how you're feeling, if you understand the content. Any questions or comments? Right, I see we don't have any questions or comments. Please do communicate with us. Let us know which tools you use in your business, or in your collaboration space, or in your organization. Which tools do you use to work together as an organization, right? Okay. So I see we don't have any questions, we don't have any comments. I will move along. So don't forget that Google does offer free one-on-one mentoring. So this is if you are a small business or a charity. So all you have to do is to sign up for Google mentoring at https /bit.ly/GDSA mentoring. So this is the link that you will use to get the free mentoring that Google offers. So what are our next steps from here? So from here, joining the session is only the beginning of learning how to put your business out there, learning how to collaborate with your fellow colleagues. And we would like to hear from you. What will you implement from our session today? What will you implement from our session today? I know I've said a mouthful. I've covered Google Workspace platforms, or rather applications that are there. I've covered Google Doc, I've covered Sheets, I've covered we've looked at Gmail, how to use Gmail. We've looked at Google Current, how to communicate or have improved communication as an organization. We've looked at chat, how to enable better communication with your colleagues in the chat. We've also looked at video conferencing tools such as Google Meet. Google Meet allows you to connect with your fellow colleagues, to stay connected, to create a community within your organization. We've also looked at different ways to enhance the communication in your organization. So let us know what you will implement, how you will implement it, or rather what works best for you. So now that you've shared, or now that you've heard what we spoke about, you can also go to Grow with Google SA site and learn about all the short courses and training programs that are there. So training programs that we offer. So you could go there and learn and see all the other courses that are available, and just find courses that work best for you and your colleagues or your organization, so that you can better have a better way to work, a better way to communicate with your fellow colleagues. So you can also find us on social media. We are Digital Skills AF on Twitter. We are Digital Skills for Africa on Facebook. We are Digital Skills AF on Instagram, right? Thank you all for joining our session today. So do follow us on our next session. We have a session coming up next week on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the 19th of October at 1 p.m. Do join us and follow us on our social media platforms. We are SchoolNet SA on Facebook, SchoolNet South Africa on LinkedIn, SchoolNet SA on Instagram and Twitter. Do follow us for more session updates, so that you are on par with all the sessions that we have coming up. Thank you so much for joining our session today. And if you have any questions, I'm still available to answer any questions that are there. If you have a comment, do let us know. But thank you so much for joining our session today. Do go on to the Grow with Google site to learn about all the other courses that they offer. Thank you for joining our session today.